Hi everyone, you're welcome to the Covenant Nation Experience. It's the platform where people get to share their experience every Sunday. Today's sermon was really on point. Pastor spoke about mercy opens our eyes, and it's a continuation of what we've been talking about within the last couple of Sunday. Pastor has been speaking about the things we can learn from the ants, the locusts, and of course the conies. And one of the things that stood out for me in today's sermon was the part where he said, if you want to migrate, it's important to migrate in bands. He was speaking about the locust, and he said, if you want to experience the quantum leap, there's a need for us to migrate in bands, to move together in bands. And the reason is very simple. Faith works when you're in a band and not in isolation. We're going to be speaking with a couple of people who are going to be sharing their Covenant Nation experience. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Okay, so the major thing that stood out for me was when Pastor was talking about your night season and your day season, and the fact that you should be still. One of the things he told you that during your night season, you should be still and believe. So that's the major thing.
I think for me is the fact that you need to understand the times and seasons. You need to know that there are different seasons. So for example, the ants, they always understand that in times of summer, they need to prepare for the winter. Yeah, I think for me, it's also the fact that in the night season, you also need to be very careful about your words. You need to be, confess the right things. I think that really stood out for me.
One thing that stood out for me also talks about the night season, where there's a song you sing in the night season. You have to be a worshiper. It's not just about you praying alone and also you studying the word. There are songs you sing, and there are some songs that come from night season, songs that that lift your spirit, that doesn't even make you, like she said, that you should be watchful of what you say. And also in worship, I think it helps us to proclaim the right things during the night season. When you worship, your heart is opened and powerful words, positive word comes
Was I in this service? Because you guys are you're repeating the words back, like everything is just coming back to me. Tell me, why are you in Covenant Nation? Why Covenant Nation? In one word. Let me start with you. Why Covenant Nation? Why?
Okay, because
Why Covenant Nation?
well, I can't say a word. It's a place to
Okay,
learn.
go ahead. Just
It's
tell
a
me.
place to learn
It's a place to learn.
relearn and unlearn some of the things you've learned before. So you just feel the atmosphere that God is here. So
God is there. I love that. What about you?
For me, the one word I would describe my experience is wisdom.
Wisdom.
It's just
Wow.
the wisdom that flows from the altar every time pastor speaks is just always accurate and precise.
Boom. I like to use the word boom because, when something comes and hits you, it's boom, man. So,
Okay, well,
for
there are
you?
so many words, but I will say one thing. Worship. I
Worship.
love the
So
worship.
worship.
I love the
David.
songs. They just open me up, and I love the songs and the worship.
Thank you guys very much. Have a great week.
I think for me, again, would be about learning to plow, or as the case may be, to plow back. Understanding that you need to in preparation for a season or the harvest of a season, you must already understand where the harvest is going or what the harvest will be used for, so that, because where purpose is not known, abuse, they say, is inevitable. So understanding that, you're planning for this harvest. When this harvest come, how is this harvest going to be utilized? I think for me that was critical.
Wow. True. I remember that part as well. How long have you been attending Covenant Nation?
Late 2004, early 2005 perhaps.
That's about 5 years, 6 years.
No. That's about 2004.
Wow,
That's
2004.
About,
I was thinking 2014.
Yeah, that's
14,
about
15
14,
years.
15 years. Yes.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay, sir. What has your Covenant Nation experience been like?
I think one thing I can say is that I joined the church when it was relatively smaller. I mean, we're in Yaba Center, in a very small part in Yaba Center, and I think if there's anything I can say is that as the church has grown, as the church has improved, my life has improved in that same trajectory. So for me, that is something I have seen, and I can almost measure that as the church grew, my life also grew, in the same vein.
Wow.
I should watch the words that come out of my mouth during the night time. I know I'm guilty of that most of the time. So immediately he said it, I was like, that word was for me. I need to keep short. If I have nothing to say, I should praise,
Just praise.
instead.
Just praise.
So I say no negative, so it doesn't birth anything negative.
Exactly.
And I got to understand that
Exactly.
when the negative begins to happen, it's actually my transition, my nighttime. Is it circle, it will come back. So I'm not under punishment. God is not punishing me. Nothing bad is happening. It's just a circle, and it's definitely
For
going to
someone
come
who
back.
says she doesn't have so much to say,
Okay, the one thing that stood out for me is in your ninth season, pray and praise. Now, it's always difficult in the ninth season because you're like,
Okay.
to what end actually? I have prayed, I have asked him, and I've told him that let this season just pass away. And it's not going away. So, to what end would I still come back to pray
start praising.
and start praising again? But the message today came with a different point of contact. Was like a refresher, was like, you know, a call to order, that even in the midst of it, you still have to pray and praise to get out of the ninth season. And the second thing that stood out for me was the forming of the band. Actually, there are some things I've earmarked for the year, but both in the office and personally. But coming up with that word that you have to form a band for you to go far, right now my mind is working on it, and I'm beginning to see things and people that I could have even drawn closer into what I'm into, and as I get home today, I'm actioning it. So I'm forming that band and I'm moving right away. No more delays.
I think this family is a family of preachers. Man. If I leave these guys, they're going to preach back the message to us. I tell you. How long have you been attending Covenant Nation?
I've been in Covenant Nation since 2007.
2007. That's about 13 years now.
Thereabout.
Boom. What about you?
I was married into 2000.
Boom. Okay. In one word, because I know if I leave you, you would just in one word. What has your experience been like?
Wow.
Me too. That's what I was saying.
Yes,
Wow.
I know. It has been, you know, there's a difference in going to church and just listening to a message. When you get into a church and you begin to know if the Spirit of God is there, when the Spirit of God answers the inner questions that you have once pastor stands to preach. So when I got married and I came here, and every time I have some questions, I ask my husband, maybe during Bible study or something. We come to church and I'm like, did you see Pastor just answered what I asked you? Everything. Even if they are questions I never even asked my husband. He always speaks to it, and I always look forward to coming to church because I know that definitely he has gone into the presence of God, and God has a message for everyone, and I'm always included.
Wow.
You know, in marketing, there is what is called hard sell and soft sell. In Covenant Nation, there is no hard sell. You're not under pressure for anything. You're not under pressure to do. You're not under pressure for anything. So I think that's just what marks Covenant Nation out for me. Without prejudice, there may be places you go to and you're just under pressure every now and then to do this, to do that, to respond this way, to act this way or act that way. But in the Covenant Nation, the word is thrown out to you, you digest it, you chew it yourself, you digest it yourself, and then the Holy Spirit ministers to you, and then He teaches you. So you're not like saying somebody said, so I'm trying to implement it. But it's thrown out there for you, and you begin to make sense of it. There's a witness within, and then with the Holy Spirit in you, you begin to make sense of everything. And even the Holy Spirit begins to outline action steps for you to take. You're not like, this person has said it, so I'm going to do it. But you have a conviction within, in your heart, and you know, it becomes something that is personal to you. It becomes a relationship thing. So that soft sell part of the ministry is just fantastic for me.
About not letting your lips transgress and planting at the right time so you can see your harvest.
I learned to think big and to never procrastinate.
To
big,
seize
never
every
take
opportunity that you find given to you. Do not ever leave nothing for later. Something you can do now, never leave it for later.
My God, my God. How long have you been attending Covenant Nation?
For about a month now.
A month. Wow. What about you?
Same thing, a month.
A month. Okay. You are the best people to talk to. Now tell me, let's start with you, Tumishe. What has your experience been like within the last 1 month?
It has been fun, and I learned a lot, and people are accommodating.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's been glorious. Actually, a friend of mine invited me. It's been nice, and people are actually caring, and they reach out to people a lot, which I really like.
But one thing that stood out for me is the part where he said that there is always season, which is true. There is night, and after the night comes the day, which is inevitable. That during the part of the night, you don't transgress. There are things you say. You begin to speak words, and that's the time you sow seed. That's the time you plow, and that's the time you speak words that will bring forth things in the daytime. Yes, and that's one thing that really stood out for me.
Wow. How long have you been attending Covenant Nation?
It's just about a year. And
Wow. How would you summarize the 1 year you've been here?
wow, the 1 year I've been here, it's been upliftment, it's been insights. Insights, that's just the word, yeah.
Insight.